I sort of wanted to set aside some time to do this video because it's something that a lot of people are talking about, because it's something that a lot of us are facing, and that's the fact that right now we are dealing with a huge Xbox Live outage, which is actually affecting people's ability to play video games and to access the games that they own. Now, before some of the, I guess you could say, more level headed people come out and say, you know what, listen, if you game share or whatever, you have to have your Xbox set to home. And I get that much of it, and I've tried that. The problem is a lot of us do game share, and so if you do that, you can only do that a certain amount of times, and every time there's an issue, you would kind of take away from that time. Or if you're game sharing someone 50-50 or whatever, then it cuts out their ability to game share. And I get that, well, that's kind of the breaks or whatever, but at the same point in time, like, if you try to play a physical disc, it should still allow you to play a physical disc, regardless of whether you're online or offline. So the fact of the matter is that Xbox now has been having this problem for almost 2 days now, is a huge problem, and you couldn't check the Xbox status. I tried it last night, I couldn't game. I tried it all day today at various points and couldn't game. Basically, it just says that there's online services down, check back later. It's really kind of unfortunate because at the end of the day, we all have video games, and we're all gamers, and we want to have some fun with it. And for me personally, I just don't think that it's very much fun when there's big problems like this. And I do hope that they can get out there and fix it at some point. But it just goes to show how absolutely unreal it is that we're so dependent on like these online only services, and so many people are quick to go, well, that's the future. That's the future. It's just a quick reminder of how great things are, but how great things, the more complicated they get, the more moving pieces they get, how much more complicated they can be for us. And that's a big problem. Like, if you think about it, back in the day, yeah, things weren't as good or whatever, but at the same time, we're living in this world where we expect these things to work, we're paying for them to work, and people are expecting to be even more reliant on these online services in the future. So yeah, it's just so crazy. Microsoft is investigating. They say that they're aware that some users are unable to purchase games, launch games, or start cloud gaming sessions. Their teams are investigating. This has been what they've been saying for a while now, and it's just, to me, it's a little bit ad nauseum and a little bit unacceptable. You expect there to be some issues here and there. I think we all see some of these problems, but since it's been kind of hit or miss for days now, I think that really we kind of are at this particular point in time where we're just kind of looking at some of this and going, you know what, this is so strange that this is happening to Microsoft again. I just do feel like it's a really unfortunate situation, and I do hope that they can get things worked out. So Xbox Live is down right now with a signed-in error. Xbox One and Series X and S server status. A new update from Microsoft claims that services are being worked on, and that digital games is one of the main areas that is currently affected by the outage. Other issues listed in the Xbox Live server status update includes the following. You may have trouble starting cloud games, or be unexpectedly disconnected for a game after it begins. You may have problems playing your digital games right now as well. So a new error began on the 6th and appears to have started booting Xbox players from live games starting at 9. It's unclear what's actually causing the issues, but it is a huge issue nonetheless, and we're starting to see a lot of people kind of speak out about this and say, hey, you know what, we're having some major issues with this as well. So I do hope that they can actually kind of get this worked out, because it did seem like that they were able to get it working somewhat yesterday, and then now all of a sudden it's like back to not working at all. And that's really kind of unfortunate, just in the grand scheme of things, and I hope that they can kind of get things worked out again quickly, because I know everybody wants to get back to gaming and having a good time playing their video games and stuff like that. So for me, I think that this is really just a still a bad issue, that this is still a problem. Those looking for some weekend gaming, especially, right? Like, look at the world, the way the world right now, right? There's so much negativity, there's so much bad going on. A lot of people look to video games as a way to sort of get away from things, and then now here we are with this situation where when people can't access simple things like video games, but simple things that keep our minds busy and things like that. They've offered numerous updates. I'm going to link this. You guys can check it out. It's pretty interesting to say the least that this is still something that we're dealing with. It says update number 7. Microsoft states they're still working on the issues, and players should see some improvements with launching games and rebooting their Xbox consoles. It says they're still working on resolving the issue. In the meantime, players may see some important improvement with launching games or rebooting your Xbox console. Keep an eye on their status page. They're aware that some players are still having issues. They're still aware that you're having issues this afternoon. Purchasing games, launching games, playing games. Users should once again be able to purchase and launch games and start cloud gaming sessions. Thank you. But now users are still, once again, having issues with all this stuff. Now, there's a little bit of some rumors about exactly what this is all about. And some people are saying that, maybe it has to do with Fortnite being available on the cloud. And I mean, could that be? Who knows? I mean, would that many people really want to be playing some cloud version of Fortnite? I mean, I would be shocked if that was the reason, but anything can happen at this particular point. So, I don't really know, but I do think that it is unfortunate, and hopefully Microsoft can get this working, before too long, because this is just absolutely ridiculous at this particular point that this is continuing to happen. And that overall, I mean, we see Microsoft and Xbox support kind of say some things here and there, but mostly they're not really telling us what the issue is, or maybe when everybody can expect to see everything come back online and everything to kind of go back to where it was. And that's super unfortunate, and I do hope that they go out there and kind of do a better job. At the very least, we're starting to understand maybe why this digital future isn't exactly what it should be. Now, not to say that this is an Xbox only problem, as we've seen numerous issues like this on platforms across everything. Really, everything has a point where it can go down and suffer outages and things like that. I mean, that's just the world we live in. But again, this is something of a luxury, and when we're gamers and we're kind of impatient, it's the weekend, and many of us work and stuff like that, and we use the weekends to actually play video games. It is a very, very unfortunate thing, and I'm extremely with you guys. I think that probably not enough people are covering this that should. The longtime Xbox fans and YouTubers and things like that, and influencers probably won't be covering this, saying that it's unacceptable. I'm a huge Xbox fan. It's pretty much unacceptable, and they should be a little bit more communicative with us about this and letting us know what's going on, and maybe when we can expect something to actually get fixed or get worked on, because it's not exactly a great thing for when this kind of stuff happens. I don't understand it at this particular time. It does kind of suck, and I hope that they get to it sooner rather than later. But at any rate, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Have you been having issues? Let me know. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap gamer out.